Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Sunday and welcome back. So we have a Bath & Body Works candle review today. Look at that. Today I'm going to share my thoughts on the toasted coconut cupcake, which I recently picked up during the latest buy two get two free sale. I thought this was a fall collection. I don't think this is actually a fall collection, but this has a very lovely gourmand to it, gourmand vibe that I feel like could certainly be fall appropriate. But yeah, we'll get into like the scent description here in a second. But moral of the story here is I don't think this is supposed to be a fall collection per se, but there are other candles in this collection. And in the past, there was a candle that Bath & Body Works did. I think it was called Coconut Pumpkin or Pumpkin Coconut. I actually had many. Was it in 2015 that came out? Honestly, I dug through my candle collection for like a solid 10-15 minutes trying to find if I had any of these like pumpkin coconut or coconut pumpkin candles left. But I think I actually crocked the last couple last fall. The ones from that particular collection, which was, I think it was the first time that it was put out, the wicks got really smoky and sooty on me, which is hashtag no surprise. But it definitely, I love the scent. And while this is called something different, I feel like they pretty much smell very similar. So anyway, that's my intro. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, guys. Sorry. I'm having a little trouble with my words today, but I'm also convinced that I can totally do this video, so please bear with me. Anyway, I don't have this candle lit because I wanted to show you guys the wicks after just a usual burn, because this was one of the candles when I did my last weekly home fragrance roundup. I was talking about how thin and like unsubstantial these wicks were, and it turns out they're actually holding up quite well, and the burn on this has been pretty good. So I feel like I should knock on wood here, because that is usually not my luck with Bath & Body Works candles these days. I do still usually end up crocking the vast majority. I rarely finish a Bath & Body Works candle the whole way through with burning. Like I said, most of them just end up in my candle crock. If you don't know what a candle crock is, I'll put my candle crock 101 video down below. Definitely check that out. It's a very useful tool to have if you are someone who easily gets annoyed with candles and don't want to babysit them in any kind of way. You can basically just stick them in the candle crock and just set it and forget it. Like, you literally can walk away and the candle ends up melting and releases the fragrance into the air. And I've actually found that with a lot of my, especially Bath & Body Works candles, they're even stronger when I put them in the crock than when they are burning. So anyway, I will also put a link to a very neutral candle crock, because it is difficult to find them without like a lot of sayings or words or scripture quotes, all sorts of stuff like that on them. My design tastes are very specific, and I don't like things with a lot of words written on them. Just not my thing. So there you go. Anyway, I'll put a link for a neutral candle crock in the description as well. So let's talk about Toasted Coconut Cupcake. There were several other candles in this collection, and I did not bring my phone in here, so I don't remember the name of the collection. And the only one that really stands out to me, though, is I think there's the warm apple pie that came out with this particular release as well. So this one piqued my interest because I loved that original pumpkin coconut pumpkin. I can't remember what it was called. But anyway, it was out at some point. I had a number of them and really enjoyed the scent. I thought it was delicious, even though coconut really has nothing to do with the fall. At least where I come from. I live in Oregon, so, you know, we don't really find coconuts growing outside here. And I don't know what the growing season is for coconut, but it doesn't strike me as a fall nut, if you will. So here's the thing though, I love this scent. Let's go through the scent notes here. So since it's not lit, we're just gonna hold this like so. So the notes on here read sweet coconut, toasted almonds, and fluffy vanilla cake. Oh, I love this scent. I love this scent. I can tell you right now that the next sale that comes around that is at least somewhat decent, I'll be picking up more of this for sure. Even though I anticipate probably having to potentially crock it, it's just such a fantastic, generic gourmand scent. You do get a like warm, like lightly toasted coconut note from this. It's certainly there, which makes it, like I said, not necessarily like a fall candle, but it's just, I feel like the warmth of like the toasted coconut, it's different from like that suntan lotion coconut or maybe some other type of generic coconut. This just screams warm, inviting, cozy. And I think it's the coziness that makes me think, yes, fall, why not? Coconut in the fall. And then the other notes that were in here were obviously the toasted almond and the fluffy vanilla cake. So here's the thing. I do think there is just a general sort of nuttiness that runs throughout this candle, but I can't pick up almond per se. I do pick up that just generic cake note. It's not really like a vanilla cake or a yellow cake or an angel food cake. It's just like you just smell some baked cake type note. It's lovely. In case you guys haven't noticed, I kind of have a thing for this scent. So in terms of the scent notes, I feel like they're pretty accurate, with the exception of my nose not really picking up that toasted almond note, but the warmed toasted coconut and just the generic cake note, absolutely. There's no like super sweet like frosting type scent to this. It is a sweet scent, but it's not cloyingly or like obnoxiously sweet by any stretch of the imagination. I just think this is a really well done, although somewhat generic smelling gourmand candle, and I'm here for it. You guys know how I love my basic vanilla scents, and anything that could be paired with a basic vanilla or just even remotely smells like basic vanilla is normally right up my alley. This is no exception. So once again, these wicks, while I thought they were going to just be atrocious, they're actually really not bad. You can see there is a mushroom top that forms. And by the way, I have been through about 3 burns with this candle. It started obviously right up here, just right by the label actually. So I've done 3 separate burns of about, I would say like 3 or 4 hours each. One of those burns may have been slightly less, but I didn't notice any smoking or sooting or anything like that, despite, you know, these little mushroom tops forming. I do trim the wicks between each burn, but I'm very careful trimming these wicks. I literally take cuticle scissors and I will trim just the very top off and then relight at that point. You definitely don't want to relight before removing these mushroom tops, because what I have found, and this is especially with my Bath & Body Works candles, is these little kind of crunchy bits that are left the little mushroom tops, if you will, those can pop off and land on your carpet. And if they're on fire, because if you take like a lighter to this thing, right, like it's just gonna light everything here, and then these little bits can pop off and can leap out of the vessel and onto carpets or wood furniture or whatever. So just do be careful. Most of you guys who are watching me, I know, are basically professional candle burners, but occasionally I do just get some random views from people who are like, oh my God, is this a lady talking about candles? So just a little candle safety tip if you are not in this candle world. But yeah, but do trim your wicks. It is going to help the candle just burn well overall, but do not trim them too short, because with these particular wicks, I feel like we could get to puny wick syndrome very, very quickly. This is just kind of a rock star, you guys. The strength, oh my gosh, it's like an 8. This is a strong one. And I love that. And the throw, like this filled up the entire downstairs of my house. So I'm gonna put the throw at a solid 8 as well. If it started to travel to the upstairs, I would definitely put it in like the 9-10 category. But for some reason, this did not go upstairs. I mean, I could certainly smell that I was burning something downstairs, like when I was putting laundry away and stuff, but it wasn't screaming like toasted coconut cupcake. I think it was the fact that I knew I had a candle lit at that point. But it filled the entire downstairs super easily. We do have a somewhat larger open concept style, especially in the downstairs. So the rooms kind of all flow together and they're not really sectioned off, with the exception of, I would say, this dining room here, which is the most like enclosed room. So there's a doorway over there that goes to the butler's pantry, and then there is our entryway, and that's where you normally see me filming, is right over there. So just for a reference point, this room is a little bit more closed off than the others, but I have this in the family room, and which is towards the back of the bottom part of our house. And it traveled everywhere. I love this scent. I'll be getting more of this. Let me know what you think of toasted coconut cupcake. I'm certainly curious about your guys' experience. If you have burned an entire one, will you let me know if this is what I can expect for the whole way down, or if after my next burn is when it's gonna fizzle out? I do try to make sure that I burn the vast majority of candles at least 3 separate times before reviewing them. And ideally, I like to get to at least the halfway point. We're not quite there with this one, but I kind of feel confident in it. Let me know if I shouldn't. That could well be the case. Anyway, I wish the packaging was a little cuter. I don't know. I'm not a fan of this artwork in this collection at all, but whatever. And then you get your silver. Oh, hey, your silver lid. Overall, this one, 2 thumbs up. More will come home with me during the next sale. I'm recording this on, what is today, Wednesday or something? So I'm not sure if there's going to be a candle sale this weekend when this video is actually going up. I'm assuming potentially, because they didn't do one last weekend. I hope it's like another buy one, get one, like a BOGO style, but who knows. I did get a random mailer for another 20% off, so it's burning a hole in my pocket. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. There is one more review coming up after this one, and it is for a much excited about, what is my grammar? A candle that a lot of people are really excited about from Homeworks. So it's an apple scent, if that gives you a hint. That will be coming up in a couple of hours here today, so stay tuned for that. Please subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. By the way, I'll put a link to this guy in the description box. Go read up other people's reviews, because you know, there are other opinions out there other than my own. You should always fully research any purchase you're going to make. All right, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.